Woorim Beach, Bribie Island Coastal Management Plan by OSKAF. Woorim Beach is located on the southeast coast of Bribie Island, which is off the coast of Sandstone Point. 12 kilometers east of Bribie is Moreton Island, which provides a lot of storm and surf protection for Woorim. The section of Woorim that was selected for further research on coastal management was around beach access 11 and 12 on the south side of the island. This part of the beach is protected from heavy weather and large waves because of Moreton Island. In this channel, however, cargo ships come through, which is also invasive to the whale migration line during the spring season. Seen on the screen are the two key coordinates for this case study, Figure 1 showing Woorim and Figure 2 showing Moreton Island. Moreton Island protects the southern parts of Bribie, including Woorim, and this area is heavily populated compared to other beaches on Bribie, with life-saving clubs and swim flags allowing tourists and residents to swim. Furthermore, recreational activities such as surfing, fishing, picnicking, and walking occur. Not only this, but there were many signs of flora and fauna, from seagulls, whales, and turkeys to beach spinifex and angular pigface, all seen in the images. In recent years, it has become evident that Woorim Beach has succumbed to the effects of erosion due to wind and storm damage. However, at this stage, it has not become serious enough to put any infrastructure at risk. The data collected at Woorim Beach during the field study on October 16 shows a steady rate of erosion that isn't yet threatening to the infrastructure along the coast. However, it has constantly been receding for decades, giving evidence that the longevity of these infrastructure is at risk. Monitoring and restoration has begun to take place. The wind data recorded is now on the screen. The direction was a southeasterly blow at 22.2 kilometers an hour, and then slower wind at the rear. Connected to this wind was erosion, as seen in this figure. This beach is heavily populated with tourists, and there are many places where humans have intervened with the dunes to make the beach accessible, such as stairs for easy access, carpet for wheelchair access, and surf life-saving club entrances for buggies. This has proven to erode the dunes around the entrances, as seen on the screen. Looking at this evidence of coastal reshape, erosion in Figure 3 and 4, it is clear that over the course of 57 years, erosion has occurred, reshaping the coastline to be much less of a headland. Dune restoration began to take place during this period, however, as you can see, it was not overly effective. Additionally, the dunes along the beach have begun to erode and retreat back to the primary dune, seen in this figure. This was clear to be the result of rough tidal activity at the high tide and some wind damage if it came from the north. It has already become evident that the action against erosion has begun, with additions of stairs and holes to recover sand, dune restoration, and signs of dune closure. The challenge that Woorim Beach faces the most is the coastal erosion of the southmost part of Woorim Beach and the receding line of dunes as seen in previous slides. It has become to grow a great concern around the economy and infrastructure on the coastal areas of Bribie. This is a growing problem because of the impact that heavy weather and longshore drift especially have on the island. An example of longshore drift is now on the screen. Considering the apparent challenges present at Woorim Beach, I have researched 3 possible solutions: ocean groins, artificial reefs, and beach nourishment. Ocean groins on the southmost part of the island and north of Woorim are a great idea to capture the longshore drift sand that comes from the north, creating banks. Groins are low walls or barriers built out from a beach to reduce coastal erosion. These groins will be placed to contain the sand flow and the longshore drift to the south. This will help the erosion because it will restrict the transfer of sediment away from the beach through longshore drift. Artificial reefs on the coastline of Woorim will not only bring weather protection to the north, from the north, but also encourage sea life to make home in these reefs. The reefs will force the incoming waves to break before the shoreline, thus reducing the wave energy. Here is an example of what this will look like, and furthermore, some pros and cons of this method. Frequent beach nourishment is the process of transporting sand from one place directly onto the beach in rehabilitation. The soft structural sand allows the sand to move and shift with the waves, spreading the sand more evenly across the beach. However, this could also become one of the biggest flaws of this method, as it just allows for the longshore drift to take the sand away again. Considering this, the process would remain effective in the short term, yet unsustainable. Here is the desired outcome of beach nourishment. After looking at this table of economical, environmental, and social factors, ratings for each will show which one is more effective and sustainable. Considering this table's results, the most sustainable option is the artificial reef. However, this only accounts for wave erosion. Bribie has a very strong longshore drift, which has been evident in the erosion that has taken place. So to properly account for this and protect the coastline more effectively, the groins would be the more suitable option. The coastal management strategy that is most suited to Woorim Beach in Bribie Island are the coastal groins, as they effectively use the longshore drift to catch the sand, creating sandbanks and avoiding coastal erosion and island decay. Here is my reference list, and thank you for listening.